T-Rack got me. Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Chargers and the Cardinals. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. Well, how's that for an early storyline? Some people are asking the ushers where their seat is, and boom, we've got a score on the board, a fumble return on the opening kickoff.
And this is where all the tailgating groups are looking at each other saying, maybe we need to get to the stadium just a little bit earlier next time.
But man, those bratwursts, they're good, Charles, they're good. Now Cade York for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Take it in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalpost. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 103 in the yardage department.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
A
look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 15 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you measure numbers for the guys that carry the football, it's not just the yardage. How many times do they ring the bell? How many times they get into the end zone? And now that he has 15 for the year, everyone gets to celebrate, starting with his offensive line.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You get the rest of the deal set up, and we'll be going on this one. Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Brissett. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he works it across the 25 before. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. Well, that's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here's Brissett. Throw left side complete. That's Patrick. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From just shy of midfield, Brissett. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a dump off. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rush is just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. Shifts by him. And he lost the football. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Finding space at the 40. And he's all the way across the 50 before he's finally pushed out of bounds. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Gets around him. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing now is Rodgers. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. To throw is Rodgers. And he'll go underneath here to Breida. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a last opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Rodgers now on first down. He finds his man Johnson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. Situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops,
and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. You see Tim Patrick as he and the rest of this offense get set for the upcoming series. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
A first down throw for Brissett. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Brissett now. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. Man open. Here is Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Brissett toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Brissett again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hayden Hurst, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. What's good on the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, LA. Jalen Waddle, 56 yards. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Well, the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Brissett on first down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 16-point deficit.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for them, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We begin at Lumen Field. A couple of former division mates doing battle. Las Vegas taking on Seattle. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And you can see there, it's the visiting L.A. Rams who have the lead in that one. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. A run between the tackles with Breida. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Rodgers going to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 31-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And take it right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He'll dump this down to Matt Breida, and he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had the play diagnosed perfectly there.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. The fullback dive held up short, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Brissett to throw on first. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Pollard going to try the right side. They find some open field here. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tony Pollard, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Lutz with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. And that one complete downfield to Johnson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. On the crossing route, complete. It's Graham. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Jimmy Graham from 13 yards out. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. First down, Brissett. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A huge play there for Arizona. 51 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Brissett. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tim Patrick from 3 yards out. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. What's good on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Pettis now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side.
There he goes, right side. And down. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed Old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And in incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On second down, Brissett again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. Off the bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now Brissett on 4th down. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. The Charger drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. He finds his man Johnson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. You see Tim Patrick as he and the rest of this offense get set for the upcoming series. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation. The catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
The 1st down throw for Brissett. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. Brissett. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to take another shot here. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Cardinals will take over here just shy of the 30. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Brissett on 1st down. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught inside the 35. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. To throw, Brissett. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. To try again after the sack, Brissett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers throwing here. And he will find his man, Samuel. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down about the 17-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Chargers, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for Arizona, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
She right got me